Well, it's official. New South Wales has achieved its 70% double dose vaccination rates, which appears to be restoring faith with families and consumers as occupancy levels hit a 12-month high. On the department's recent aged care funding webinar, further direction on the NWAL was set around at least 188. However, final guidance will have to wait until next year's budget notes. And on our ANAC Essentials courses, we're having strong showings from providers as many individuals and organizations seek to explore their understanding of ANAC and the role they will play, which is now officially less than 1 year away. We'll explore this and more on Mirus Industry Analysis October edition. Well, the September period saw continued growth in overall ADS across the industry. And as the status continued to hold above the 190 ADS level, both the private and not-for-profit operators also continued to move upwards, with the private operators now focusing strongly on the $200 a day milestone. The growth came from both industry segments continuing their voluntary submission activities above the 3.5% levels for the month, which saw continued performance of these claims in both private and not-for-profit operators. As voluntary claiming continues to perform at the 4% level, the industry can expect to see continued growth on the ADS rates within the reported businesses. Now, with the voluntary activities achieved during the September period, the stated claims in Medicare that are greater than 12 months did edge up slightly. And we did attribute this to a bump up in the occupancy levels across the industry. And with that also, the 4B pain management claiming continued to see strong growth and performance as providers continue to edge up now for 12 months in a row. Well, encouraging news on the occupancy trends for the industry achieved this month. Although there's been some dips with the second extended lockdown, the extent of the trough has not been as deep as last year, where the sector hit an all-time low of only 88.5% of occupied bed licenses across the industry. The other encouraging news from both the department and the sector is that the government's strategies to keep Australians in their home settings longer appears to be working. We can see the new versus departed ACFI rates has been trending towards a $20 variance, suggesting that admissions over the last year appear to be entering at a higher acuity level, as indicated by the industry's achieved ACFI rates. Within admissions for the month of September, we did see a very slight gain in continued occupancy across the month, as the industry continues to run towards the 89% of occupied bed days. The private operators were the only segment to have a slight comeback in the period. And we could see all three cohorts did achieve a tightening of the new ACFI versus departed ACFI for the month of September. And with that, the industry saw nearly 6,200 admissions through the period of September, which was 243 more admissions than the previous month. The biggest shift was the new admissions for hospital entry into the private operators, which achieved 13% more admissions coming from the hospital channels than the previous month. Well, September did see a change in the approach of entry into aged care, as we saw over 30,000 less bed days utilized against respite entries across the September period. With that, the age of residents also came down at entry just slightly, and the average acuity levels achieved at entry did jump though, even though the age of residents entering care came off a bit. Well, the overall care minutes had a steep drop of over 18% during the September period, and it achieved only 124 minutes worked on a per bed day average. With agency minutes trending up only slightly, we attribute this change to the adjusted rosters and some of the unfilled shifts that were achieved in the September period. RN minutes also declined to just over 18 minutes worked on a per bed per day basis. And the largest decline from the AIN enrolled nursing staff, where the minutes came off nearly 20% during the September period, achieving only 98 minutes on a per day per bed basis. Allied Health continued to be stable with a slight tick upwards for the month of September as providers continue to focus on opportunities for further funding growth on their pain management activities. As your organization prepares for the transformation journey ahead, please visit our dedicated resource page as we continue to make updates through this time. At Mirus, it is our intention to support both the industry and government through the transformation from ACFI to ANAC. Our ANAC Essential courses are having very strong showings for providers as many individuals and organizations seek to explore their understanding of ANAC and the role they will play. which is now officially less than a year away. With this, we have moved to fortnightly ANAC education programs, and further specialized ANAC courses are on their way. Please stay tuned to our Mirus Academy page and to subscribe to Mirus Mail to keep connected to the latest from Mirus Australia. As always, thank you for joining us today. I'm Robert Covino, and this is Mirus Industry Analysis, October 2021 edition.